Boy tail is twice as long as Sheba's. Y'all need to stop being idiots and numbskulls, man. The UKC paper standard never stopped the breeding of the umbrella. On the top of the umbrella is a Staffordshire. On the bottom of the breeding umbrella is the Staffordshire Bull Terrier. The pros can never prove me wrong because they're hoes. They're gay hoes. I mean, that it's common sense here. Like, paper standard never stopped the breeding umbrella. The top dog men of old all had staffs, including the Oklahoma Kid. I am Spank Tudor. I am Spank Tudor. Come on, man. Crenshaw had Kobe's. Kobe's are Staffordshire's white terriers. They're the standard of the fighting dog. Okay, Mayfield had Pit General. Cool. But look at Nigger. Nigger is not up to standard. Plumber's Alligator is not under standard. Tab is not up to y'all standard. These guys, these dog men, they had Kobe's on the yard. Red Boy had Kobe up the scent. Y'all might as well oust the whole Marlowe's and Medlin's line, and then y'all would really have a faggot hissing fit because you wouldn't even have Red Boy dogs. Come on, man. Guys be coming in the comments like weeks or months ago and be knowing what the topic is. How big you talking? They logo got like a little pint-sized dog. Come on, man. That's y'all problem. Y'all took the breeding out of the umbrella. Y'all took the umbrella. Y'all crazy, man. That's why your dogs have no heart and they can't hunt. If you look online, it's a lady with a Staffordshire farm. And it's not a pit farm. She actually has a farm. She just has a string like for Staffordshires. You know what I'm saying? Those dogs had heart. They were in the pit. A lot of them beat pits. All y'all got to do is go on Bully Breed, that channel. All those Staffordshires, including Indian Doc, is in my pedigree. They came off the boat being bred together. You know what I'm saying? The blood retarded dog that y'all ran in the ground took a lot of the staff out. But you still had the Crenshaws, you had the Carvers, massive all bulldogs. I was looking at one of your videos last night. I enjoyed it, but the Peds wasn't home, man. The Staffordshire is a part of the umbrella. There is a breeding umbrella. But I'm not trying to get at you because you've proved my point all the whole time. You look at any pairs of a real pit bull, pit general, etc. The Hubbards, and all these guys, Sorrels, all these guys, they had Staffordshires in the back of their pedigrees. Nobody has proven me wrong because you knew Hemphill and Wilder bred staffs together. I'm going to say this again. The Oklahoma Kid, I am Spank Tudor, had game staffs. He had Pit Bulls and Staffordshires. Blackjack and Blackjack Jr. are of staff breeding. There's no denying that. Expert Ruffian. Those lines is it, champion and expert ruffian. So guys like Case Couturier, it's just like they prove my point all the time. Just like Puny K9 when he went back to the 19, maybe at earliest 60s and showed Conan. That was the first watchdog in Staffordshire breeding. The real dog men of old never took the Staffordshire out off their yard or out the breedings because that's how they came here. The Gas House dogs, the Burks dogs, the Kobe dogs. Y'all can say no all you want to. I just look at my old comments. Staff bred. My shit is staff bred. Now, all my dogs I've had were not like that because of the ideology of the pit bull game dog. The only thing that separated that standard was the UKC. And I understand why they done that. That's the standard that they set for the American Pit Bull Terrier. The prototype for the American Pit Dog was the Kobe. History proves that. Master of all Bulldogs, you're right. You're right in a lot of sense, but you just got that. I'm glad you don't rep fraternity, but you have that fraternity twist to your mentality and your so-called lessons. Because everybody knows, any reprobate, all reprobates know this. The UKC paper standard did not stop Indian Sunny. It did not stop Crenshaw. It did not stop, it didn't stop the Oklahoma Kid. If that's the case, over half the dogs are not pits. I said this in the beginning. Jeep is not a pit. Tab is not a pit. You know what I'm saying? No Kobe's or pits. And yes, Kobe's are tricolored. They weren't mixed with Dobermans or band dogs. They are tricolored. Y'all the ones smacked the game, but I appreciate how people proved my point. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? My dog is not chasing any squirrels right now. But guys, prey drive and work drive are two different things. You know what I'm saying? It's clear cut, man. Y'all already, I'm talking to the fraternity weirdos now. You guys are already known as gay reprobate, bestiality guys, and pedophile guys. Just don't be so stupid to be reprobate. See, my father has pinpointed this in the ancients, and I'm talking about Yahuwah, the Mashiach. You guys are gonna run this right into your graves, into your destruction. That's why many of you are already gonna be bird food. So while y'all send me devil emojis and skulls, man, and God tomorrow, I'm dying laughing, man. You're already dead. You're a dead fucking reprobate. You hear me? You're dead. You're dead. You're dead already. You're taunting yourself, man. But I just used the platform just to swing my sword. I'm already well affiliated and well knowledgeable about the pit bull and the Staffordshire. Go in all y'all pedigrees right now, and you go back and you tell me that there's no Staffordshire in there. That's why y'all never address that. But it's cool that you don't address that because you will prove yourself wrong. But you put your foot in your mouth many times. But it's sad how, and it's pathetic and just downright nasty how y'all never address being gay and pedophiles and faggots. Like, y'all will go all around. Y'all got guys, even the Mexican guys are now making fake channels with no content to say stupid shit like a mutt. Any mutt could chase a squirrel. That's right, the dogs were domesticated. They were not domesticated and used for hunting by the use of spring poles. Clear-cut example, even a mother, I'm gonna use a reptile, cause y'all reptilians anyway, a mother alligator or even a caiman alligator, any alligator teaches their young how to hunt by holding and half killing the prey and letting the smaller alligators, their young, tear it apart and finish it off to kill. That no alligator in the swamp or even in a zoo is gonna have a spring pole teaching their children how to hunt. Wolf packs, they don't play tug of war. They play tug of war with hogs. Shout out to RDGs, man. I got more hog record footage coming off the coldest dog, my dog uncle, Blue Devil. The pedigree is up. Blue Devil is the coldest dog on the yard, and he will put the brakes on a fucking hog, man. It's in its instinct, man. The dog was not domesticated to not be a hunter. And that's a good workout. I would get a spring pole. I'm gonna get one day. It probably won't be for this show. It might will. It's gonna be a rebel flag or some Trump supporter type shit. Let them tear that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Durham, North Carolina. They cutting up out there in Hillsborough. But shout out to Durham, North Carolina, man. They been pushed their rebel statue down. They pushed them down all nationalities. They out there cheesing like a motherfucker too, especially the Mexican people. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying? It's real brown pride people out here. Remy acts the way he does because the Aryan Nation and the prison system shut down the brown pride movement. So shout out to guys like Chico Lopez, who was a professional, is a living legend, and he pointed out that filth of the reprobate. But you want to see my dog again, man. I mean, y'all out here doing sorcery, man. That sorcery magic is over, and that reprobate activity is coming to an end. All reprobates and rebels will be purged. It's the same thing. Y'all in the camp, they're coming in all those dens. It's been prophesied thousands of years ago how y'all doomsday prepping. Y'all doing some lazy doomsday prepping, man. That's why y'all got all them goddamn lifetime supply of sardines that you got passed down from your grandmother. You got a lifetime supply of sardines from 1965 because your dogs can't hunt. What y'all gonna do when it get ugly in the camp? Come here and y'all trying to hide, and before it comes time for y'all to run under the mountains and ask the rocks to fall on you, and your dog can't even come out and hunt. I had a dog that loved to work. He was a Kobe, but at the same time that he was a stalker. He would run up on dogs, and he drug a rock well out the house and shook that up and killed it, man. He stalked up on it. The dog backed up into the igloo dog house, and that shit used to be funny with my dog, you know what I'm saying? Because he creeping on the dog or whatever he's trying to get, unless he come across on something, but like, and just, you know, how they'll do, he'll creep up on another animal like he don't even see him. That shit used to be funny as shit, man. But Kobe's are tricolor, and pit bulls are the breeding, continuous breeding of the pit bull terrier is where the blue came from. That is so crazy how they say a pit bull can't be blue. Shout out to the Cloud Mason family in Missouri. Shout out to Maurice the Carver family in Missouri. That's why we don't have any Carver girls and dog girls and the dog women, dog ladies as I call them, because the guys are so sweet and they fucking up the game. You don't never see a bunch of girls like the Carvers or Tatanka and Sorrels and the Crenshaw girls and stuff like that dealing with the dogs, because so many gay reprobates in it. They know they family members, they had Kobe's on the yard. You know what I'm saying? They're Staffordshires. So history proves me right, man. And for Beast of the Beast, the best of beast as I'm gonna call you, man, you don't want to bridge no gap with me, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to bridge. You don't want to meet me, let alone in my hometown. You don't even want to meet me out here, man, around these Southern Negroes. You don't even want to meet me out here, man. Around these Southern Negroes. You come around these Southern Negroes, they'll give you a foul. Let you get a foul one. You know what I'm saying? You like a crackhead that just got on state, that just ain't got into his workout agenda pretty good. But back to the blue dogs, man. The continuous breeding of the dogs over here turned the dog blue, and the Staffordshire was a part of that. Y'all master of bulldogs, I can't say enough. He's right about that. It comes from Staff, but his mad scientist mind, which he does have the credentials that he speaks of. I'll talk with him personally about that, and I know when a man is telling the truth. But it's just with his breeding program, he has to go just a hint of reprobate in that. But I salute him for not being a fraternity reprobate. I've never heard him say anything like that, saluting this fraternity or saying he was in a bulldog fraternity, unlike Thompson Kennels. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Like, these Scottish Negroes out here, they keep the shit going too. But it's cool, man. Y'all come with the fake channels with no content on it, just to say stupid shit about any mud could chase a squirrel. Yeah, I know that's right. That's my whole point of an example. So that's crazy how Prey Drive is now being incorporated just because the reprobate mind doesn't understand. I have a saying that I like to say. The mind of reprobates, what would they think of next? They already came up with White Jesus, a spinoff. The first culture vultures are extreme racists. What do you think Christians are? Which, if you do your research, Christian means poor fellow. That's what it really means. Poor fellow. Poor fellows, if you're a Christian. Worshiping a delusion that was prophesied by the Mashiach himself. But to the guy that was in my homeboy shit, that shit only rise in Texas, that nigga shit, man. You know what I'm saying? They call me Liquor Boy Spank out here. I ain't hard to find. I could give you a clear-cut example. A young kid, when I was in the apartment complex selling my liquor, and I was talking to a Mexican. I call him a wetback. That's not to be. He's really just haven't been over here long. So the teenage kid. You know what I'm saying? I put hits out on the motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't fuck up my shit before I found the truth, you know what I'm saying? Because I was getting monies, you know what I'm saying? I came I'm almost 2,000 miles from home, but I'm going to leave that alone. It's all about the Shiite life now. This is just a outlet to swing my sword. But they use that loser. It's a nigga upstairs. And the hatred with all of them. I didn't say nothing to him, you know what I'm saying? I just get one of the young boys. I get them like $40, $50, you know what I'm saying? I let them handle that. That's how I play out here, man. You know what I'm saying? When I was playing out here like that. But it's all about Mashiach like with me. That's why Homeboy 252, that's how I found the truth out here in this reprobate, idol-worshiping town they call ATX, or the Dirty Six. And I see why they call it that. These people out here worshiping angels. The angels are clearly depicted in the Bible as beings of sarstone and jasper or amber. All you gotta do is read the book of the prophets that y'all redemonized and rewrote it 1,000 times, or you could, and it describes the angels. You know what I'm saying? And they're not little white babies. You know what I'm saying? They're not white people. You know what I'm saying? They're beings of sarstone and jasper. You know what I'm saying? and they not all that cute and beauty either. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta read the truth and just understand. There's so many ways they got the deity worship out here. But back to the white Mexican boy or whatever you are, that shit only flies in Texas. And it don't fly with me. You know what I'm saying? That's the Texas boys on that Juneteenth shit, which really they stayed in slavery much longer than 3 or 4 months. It was more so years. And historians of all nations are pinpointing that. Also here, they are saying in the textbooks, it was national news that they're saying slavery never happened. They have the illustration of slaves getting off the boat with yokes around their neck as prophesied in the Bible and saying they came here to work for free. So this shit is demonic here anyway. You would not go to Rocky Mount or you wouldn't go to Craven County Hill. They call it the jail. That's what they call the jail. You would not go to Craven County Hill calling anybody no nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's the shit they get away with out here, homeboy. This is the demonic place. You know what I'm saying? You know they dragging people down the street till their heads pop off. I didn't even know, man. I probably would have had came here if I would have really remembered and pinpointed that Sandra Bland got killed here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a self-hatred thing because I've worked with a relative on a job with rich millionaire white people, and he was out there dancing the jig like a motherfucker. I want to call his soft-ass name out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. And he had everything bad to say about Trayvon Martin and anybody in that 3-year stint where I worked on the job. It was a maintenance job. I was a maintenance guy and groundskeeper. That was before I got certified. He had every excuse to self-hate himself about saying he hate to say young black people with money because we used to work out in Roseville. That's a community in the Raleigh area where rich people typically live and things like that. But back to the Mexican white boy, man, that shit only flies in some parts of Texas. Because everybody's not down with that shit. Now, niggas are slang, but it's like this. All the Italians, even Jews, Native Americans, everybody have a derogatory slang to belittle themselves amongst their people as a joke or a oxymoron. But y'all's culture vulture and use the word nigga to sound cool and to play both sides of the fence. And that shit is lame as hell. So I just call it out, man. I just call it out. So that's what that is, homeboy. Don't think that it's like that, man. That's just, I promise you, B. That's just here in Texas. But it's everywhere. They do it everywhere, but it's a culture vulture move. So just think about why we have a white Jesus who was really a painting of a pederast and a faggot. History proves that his lover, Giorgio, was fucking with Leonardo da Vinci. They all lamb boards. It's in their lore. It's the history of the Vatican. And he painted a picture of his gay lover in the image of the son of our Elohim. So that's why you got, if you look online good and look on the redirected channel, you got these prayer protests where they're actually white people, Mexicans, etc., are actually apologizing to African Americans and Africans and black people all over the world, saying that they are sorry and want to give forgiveness for creating a racist God for them to worship. But at the same time, it's all about divine intervention of sorcery because the ideology of Jesus Christ is common sense. So it was just built as a rod of correction. But like I tell Elohim, I don't want no more because a lot of y'all Sardis Negroes and a lot of y'all white supremacist people, which white supremacist people come in all shapes, form, or fashion, y'all gonna be garnishing y'all teeth and y'all gonna be slaves for 1,000 years, and there's nothing y'all can do about that. Because it's divine intervention would let y'all be able to even do that. Everybody knows that Jesus never lived. But everybody knows that the angels are not white little babies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to go around when I get a chance, when I get my memory and shit together. And I'm going to let y'all see just how much deity worshiping is around here. They worship and they pay homage to these white people, and it's a lot of our people that's doing it. This is a very demonic state, 252. So that's why that dude talking like that. I smacked the shit out of his ass. You know what I'm saying? They out here scared of big Mexicans and shit like that. I done been with the young boys, your age and a little bit younger on the job site. That's the Mexican talking the big one. Man, I be on the job site, man. I don't be studying that shit, man. I don't be studying that shit, man. But they know I'm cut from a different cloth anyway, so they don't even play with me like that. But they will come at you at a different way because it's just like the Most High said, Elohim. You know what I'm saying? He's not God. The God, the only words the person who worshipped as God was Ha-Shatan, or the one y'all renamed as Lucifer. Because guess what? Evil was whitewashed to whitewash good. You understand what I'm saying? So that goes aside with Sunday worship and all that. But that's why they do that, man. They not built like that or so cool. This is a Scottish Negro state for the most part. I'm not saying everybody, because you got Philip Scott down here. You got the I forget the name of that tactical group. They like the Black Panther. I think they call Guerrilla something. You know what I'm saying? So it's guys out here, you know what I'm saying, that's for the cause. My man sacrificed himself when he shot down the police and stuff like that. And it's just, you know what I'm saying, it's just all divine intervention. But I'm glad all that shit is over. See, my neighbors cross the fence listening to me right now. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. The only mess I got for white people and people that are victims of bronchial because all Hispanic people and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, they really, Montezuma was blacker than me. That's where it all started. It's all with divine intervention. He worshiped Coda, a white man, as a god, and in some pictures, they would never have him painted black, but he actually drops down and started worshiping that guy. The warlord, I would have been like the descendant of the warlord, his brother. I can't remember his name, but he wasn't having that shit. He drove him out of there eventually, and he even had to kill his brother, and his people turned on him. So 9 times out of 10, Montezuma was killed by his own people. You know what I'm saying? So look, it's hard to say the white man always been greedy. If you look up in history, they could have got away. More of them could have got away to the ship. Only like 12 to 15 of them survived, including Coda, because they wouldn't let the gold. So the people got like over 70% of their gold back, but they came back maybe a year and a half later with more people, more guns, and yes, diseases. So that's how they always conquered the world. Look at how the Romans conquered Israel and took it from the Muslims. They threw corpses of the plague, dug up corpses of people that died from the plague to run the people out with sickness. So it's all about plague, disease, and sickness. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing against white people, but a lot of them are actually coming to their origins, and they better get their minds right, because you're going to have to be a slave. You're going to have to go through the sins of your forefather. People like my relatives and a lot of Scottish Negroes that's out here, there's nothing you can do about that. I know a person right now that I'm close kin to. You say anything about somebody white, they'll jump on the phone and get on the phone and tell other family members that you're down to them about Jesus. So it's real, man. But it's nothing but divine intervention. But that's why he talking like that. And it's probably true, especially out there in Dallas. That's where Austin Shutterfield was at. If he was a real nigga or was down for the cause, you know what I'm saying, they'll go get at Austin Shutterfield. You know what I'm saying? And he's a weak, big-ass white man, too. He like a pro wrestling circuit wrestler that just started out, because you couldn't even drop a woman. You heard her and stuff like that, but he's weak as hell. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Texas Longhorns, they suck ass right now. They garbage. If it wasn't for the BCS standards of the college football, they would never go to a bowl game. They are trash, because this is a Longhorn. Not this. And this is really satanic too, but if you look in the animal sign book, that's a Longhorn. This is not a Longhorn. And they had a beautiful basketball program. They put guys out all the time. We know about LaMarcus Aldridge and Kevin Durant, that young light-skinned kid, I forget who he plays with. But that's why they suck ass, because they really are out here deity worshiping. Again, like I used to tell the white boys on my job, y'all know goddamn well that's not a Longhorn. That's not a Longhorn. So they just riding out to the end, and they supposed to. So I don't get too mad. It's just the mind of reprobates. What would they think of next? They're already trying to say that. Praise Rob, and I'm going to say it again. And I more so lured best of the beast into the shit. He has a lot of insight, of course. He's on, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of insight, of course. But anybody will tell you that a fox is going to try to kill a bird. You know what I'm saying? Dogs are descendants of wild dogs. African wild dogs, they might play tug of war over some meat, like them old school watchdogs that on my channel. Y'all check that shit out. I got more shit coming, man. Like I said, the coldest dog on the yard, Blue Devil. My dog's little brother, my dog's, I'm sorry, big brother. They had the same pedigree, which my pedigree is about to go up. You know what I'm saying, on the pit bull database. You know what I'm saying? His pedigree could be seen right now on the pit bull pedigree. So none of the facts have been addressed, not even, and that's the sick part about it is, okay, white people been deflecting and altering the truth for a long time. That's why we have white Jesus, who again, you guys, whoever worships white Jesus, you are worshiping a pederast and a lamb lover. You could look at the history of the Vatican. Y'all saying y'all prayers, talking about, oh man, y'all keep it up, man, because y'all push the New World Order, and that means that I get relief. That means I get relief. Y'all ain't nothing but pushing the New World Order. Y'all need to be working on that D-Wave, thinking you can kill Yahuwah. Man, I know all about it, man. I know all about it. So I'm glad I came to tell. That's how I found out the truth. So that's what made me swing on reprobates when I got at Master of all Bulldogs, who is actually brilliant, but he's going too far for standard because he just need to really stick to band dogs. He's a brilliant breeder. I've told him this on a Instagram video chat. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I got Puny K9 talking about break sticks. I even got his students asking about big breed pit bulls. Anybody with common sense, and if you just stop being a reprobate numbskull for a little while, you'll see that what's going on. His cast, his guys, the same email thugs that keep going back and forth and asking stupid ass questions. Now they're asking smart questions. They're asking about big breed pit bulls, and he's not outing their existence. That was my only thing. Because again, Crenshaw, man, y'all need to get out the pit bull game if y'all gonna try to deny. Because Earl Tudor was definitely a reprobate. He took a dog, no telling what he did to that black man, and that dog was of Staffordshire descent. Now, any of you numbskull, reprobate, gay boys, butt boys, as my mans call them, y'all butt boys, y'all look at Debo, the black demon, Pedigree, and you tell me that dog is up to standard. Come on now, over half the dogs, y'all. That's why the dogs are so much in trouble. And so I shout out to the best of the beasts who pinpointed that a dog saved somebody's life. That's what the pit bull is supposed to do. But at the same time, dog, blood, retarded dogs, blood in the ground. And not saying that you got to go get a Staffordshire to breed with it, but y'all fucking up the breeding of the dog, and it's taking the heart and integrity out the dog. Also, in recent days, a woman was also killed by her dog because it was blood retarded. Y'all trying to chase a standard that the old dog men, they never went by. So triple contrast, little Triple J and Puny K9 have never proved me wrong, because what the country boy was talking about was true when he showed the little pretty Staffordshire that was black and stuff like that. That's true, but at the same time, they never stopped breeding in the umbrella, man. The UKC paper standards never stopped that. So that's all reprobates do, is put a little bit of truth. And Master All Bulldogs kind of doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying? But he's exactly right. The blue does come from the staff, but you can't say that a blue dog or a tricolor dog is not a pit bull. That's a salute to the whole Kobe. That's a smack to the whole Kobe family. I think his name is Joe Kobe in Massachusetts. He has tricolor Kobe's. Or you can say they're band dogs, and he's from a bloodline lineage himself of a person that bred the Kobe dog overseas and brought it over here. I'ma call y'all ladies. I ain't even call y'all ladies. Faggot butt boys. The Kobe's, John P. Kobe's descendants are still breeding his same line of dog. Back to the blue dog, man. That's a smack to Clyde Mason. That's a smack to Maurice Carver. Y'all go on Bully Son pedigree right now. Bully Son is 60 pounds. Chain weight, you feeding them and letting them get, and you let the dog get big as it wants to get or supposed to get. That dog is probably about 75 pounds. Y'all don't know dog weight. Y'all trying to uphold a standard that the guys that's already been bred into that dog. You're not going to be able to take the Staffordshire out the back of your pedigree anyway. Y'all can come at me with the fake channels all you want to. You know what I'm saying? It's good to be, shout out to my man that I'm subscribed to, and we subscribe to each other. You just moved to Eastern North Carolina, man. Enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy yourself, man. I can give you some names of some guys. You can get some real pit bulls, real game dogs, man. And they got some good bullies out in Raleigh too. I'm starting to learn more about the bully, which brings me to my watchdog. A lot of the watchdogs were used in bully blood for the blue nose, because that blue nose can be popular anyway. If you look at Canine Puny Athletes logo, that dog is a blue dog. I can't use my computer room right now because I have family in there and they're elderly. So the computer room is an office. It was, you know what I'm saying? And it's a bedroom too. So I really can't get in there like I want to. I got an elderly, my own in there, stuff like that. And we that's what we going through right now here. You know what I'm saying? So I assure you, if you look online, his dog that he has on his logo, that is a blue dog that's popular online with that mouth and that head. That's exact. I know, but I'm gonna go get me another little smart throwaway phone. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna show y'all that. But I'm not trying to prove you guys wrong, because you guys prove yourself wrong all the time, because the numbskulls that tune in with y'all, see the little bird right there? That's the prophecy of it. See, I don't let them chase the birds too much, because they dying real heavy here. Animal deaths are going down here, and I know what they're gonna be replenished with. It's going to be reprobate flesh, people that just can't stand the truth. I'm going to talk about the zeal of Zion, another zeal of Zion that the Most High even has pinpointed, and the truth bleeds through the whitewashed Bible. Man, black people, you could tell his children, because they hate to hear the truth. They hate to hear the truth, most of them. So that's why it's going to be more of them garnishing their teeth than us. But you got white people all over that are having prayer conferences, and they want forgiveness, but you could get forgiveness from us. That's a step to it, but we cannot stop what's going to happen to you, the wrath of Yah. Y'all rejected the Most High. We got over here for rejecting him. The Bible is true. It's just been painted with whitewashed sorcery. So, you know what I'm saying? Evil started with black people. Hell, we were on earth 30,000 years before everybody else. The third races have only been on earth for approximately 2,500 years. That's not a long time. So it is what it is. I give praise due and all the respect and glory to Abba Yah, meaning Father Yah. You know what I'm saying? It's all about Yah with me. It's easy to be go back and forth with reprobates, but they're not gonna come on. It's in the scriptures. They're not gonna never admit to their wrongdoings. You see how every point I have pinpointed, I was exact and correct, even down to the gay sorcery that they're trying to build back up in hopes to live out the rest of the pack of Esau. To the Sodish Negro, let me tell you this that was in my own home. But my boy on the right path anyway. But just to speak out on you, Hebrew it stems from religion. The Hebrew Pentecostal church was started from the religion. A white faggot started that. It's all a trick of the devil. So there were never any Hebrews. There were Israelites or men and women of Eber. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But for white people and stuff like that, don't man, they so nice over here. Some of them still reprobate. They so nice here. They so nice here, man. I had a woman that was halfway up the street and was trying to let me and my dog cross the yard, man. That's humane and stuff like that, but they got to deal with the sins of their forefathers. And they whitewashed Bible says that. You know what I'm saying? Just because they paint the whole Bible white, it is what it is. But the reason why I'm not showing my dog too much, if ever